Hi, I'm Paritosh Prayagi, Director of Product Management here at JI, and in this presentation I'll give you a short introduction and overview of our recently launched 26 megapixel Spark series camera. The newest Spark series camera, the SP-25000-CXP4A, is a 26.2 megapixel high-speed industrial area scan camera with a sensor format which is basically a square sensor with 5120 by 5120 pixels. It can capture 150 frames per second at full resolution over a 4-lane CXP interface that basically supports the fastest co-express speeds, that is the CXP12. So put it in a nutshell, we're talking about high resolution imaging meeting high frame rate performance, and putting those two things together in this new JI Spark camera. To give you a quick rundown of the key product features, the Spark 25000 CXP4 is built around a 1.1-inch global shutter CMOS sensor with small pixels which are 2.5 micron size. We have two models as usual. We have the monochrome model and the bare color model. This particular camera provides an output of 8 bits, and because of the small pixel size of the sensor, even though it's 26 megapixels, it's able to fit into that 1.1-inch sensor format. So basically CMOS optics work with this sensor size. That gives you the opportunity to build systems that are smaller, lighter, and less expensive than a camera that is bigger or has an F mount or M42 mount and so on. So that's basically a nice feature. And as a result, the body size itself is also very compact. So the body size is 62 by 62 by 60.5 millimeters, and which basically includes the lens mounts and the fins and also the connectors. So it's quite compact, and there is no cooling fan required for this camera. So what was the motivation to build this camera? Well, if you're working with high resolution imaging applications but want to move up from, let's say, for example, a 12 megapixel or a 16 megapixel or even a 20 megapixel camera to get more resolution but without really compromising on the high frame rate and the high data throughput, the 26 megapixel camera is a good choice for your application. What type of imaging applications are we talking about? For example, AOI, automated optical inspection, or SPI, solar pace inspection of printed circuit boards are perfect applications for this type of camera. The camera is also a good choice for digital slide scanning, and that could be digital pathology, biology, and even geology. There are a bunch of science fields where microscope slides need to be digitized, and for such applications this is a good camera. The applications typically favor high resolution and high speed with a solid 8-bit image quality in order to do that kind of digitization. There are other applications that have similar needs, such as document scanning and even up to some extent aerial imaging, where you're flying at a relatively good speed and are doing some kind of imaging of landscapes or cities. The camera with its 4-lane co-express 2.0 interface, you basically have 3 data transfer modes to choose from. You've got the standard setup where you've got the 4 lanes of CXP12 or CXP6 output that you can run into a single PC, and this is up to 50 gigabit per second. Or you can also do a sharing mode where basically you split your image into 2 or 4 subparts that enables you to maintain your full speed, but at the same time share the load across multiple processors. Or you can also go into a duplication mode, which is basically sending the whole image to 2, 3, or even 4 different servers at lesser speed, but at the same time the split allows you to do your application processing across multiple CPUs. Regarding the I/O options, the camera has a 12-pin high-ros connector, which can be used for power as well as for TTL or opto-isolated inputs and outputs. You also have a 10-pin connector, which gives you the additional TTL I/O and can also be used to provide lens control. It has signals that are pre-configured for lens control through a burger mount. And then lastly, we have the micro BNC connectors. So these are not the DIN connectors that you might have seen on the older Co-Express models, because with the higher frequency that comes with the CXP12 lane speeds, that is the 12.5 gigabit per second, the micro BNCs just do a better job of handling those kinds of signals. So this basically gives you a short introduction of our new Spark 25000-CXP4 area scan cameras. For further information, including the datasheet download, please visit our Spark series page on the JIS website, or you can also complete the contact form and get in touch with one of our many camera experts who can help you with any kind of questions that you may have. And in addition, also please make sure to check out all our other new cameras that are here in the showroom. So thank you and have a nice day.